What's up, world? It's your boy, God, sitting up here listening to the internet. You know what I'm saying? Everything good, trying to make it the greatest. You know what I'm saying? All prayers have been answered by God. It's up to you, Williams. Spell it out. You know what I'm saying? I am me, son. It's God. You know what I'm saying? Will is God. I love Latroy, but not just Latroy. I love the living. God is not the God of the dead, but the living. When your parents died, they became you. That's why you eat what you saw them eat when you didn't like it. They died. You became them. Mama, you, big mama, you, mama, dear, you, Uncle Peck, Papa Enoch, Grandpa Babe, Jesse, Grandma Martha, Mama Lucy, Mama Francis. All of us became y'all. Eat what you eat. What you don't like, we don't like. You know what I'm saying? We eat what you eat. You know, a lot of people changed. Some people died. I'm sorry. This the people that died. Living large now. God made himself broke for us. We ain't got nothing. All we got is wants. And when we die, all our kids die with us. We started this. We had the ideas. Our kids sold everything that they didn't like about us, that they were ashamed of. Like Mr. Fritz's son. Mr. Fritz was the owner of a rice field. My grandfather was the second man to the owner. He didn't own it, but whatever the owner had, my grandfather had. He get a new truck, my grandfather get his old new truck. And it was always a new truck to Uncle Pet because he kept it good. He didn't work it like Uncle Pet didn't work his truck. But everybody else had their trucks. They worked them. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never seen Uncle Pet with his own truck till I gave him mine after Mr. Fritz died. And his son was just like my sons, embarrassed of rice. He had big ideas. He was speaking other things, speaking things that be not as though they were. He had bigger dreams. Uncle Richard, on the other hand, Uncle Peck's son, and Uncle Peck, Mr. Fritz, you know, right hand general of the rice field, didn't have a job no more. Had to go back in the plant to be a laborer, something he had no idea of. His plant experience would have been my plant experience if I had lived as Uncle Pet. I'd have knew how to be an operator. I do now. That's why I'm still in the plant. And everybody on every plant facility in the world, no matter what type of chemicals you make, petroleum, nuclear, light, gas, water, gold, silver, bronze. magnesium, magnesium chloride, vanilla extract. That's all y'all. That's us. White, black, Mexican, Puerto Rican. That's all us, man. And when you think of Easter, think of who you are, where you at. You in an egg. You a seed. In a seed. Jazira. You me. Paw Paw. A girl. Not gay. You ain't either. But you me. Paw Paw. And when you find a man, you gonna know, cause he gonna talk like Paw Paw. He gonna be like Paw Paw. And he gonna be cool as hell. He gonna be Paw Paw's son, just like you is. But you gonna understand he kin to me, but that's Kin. He can be kin with an E, but he not kin because of the last names. Casey, you Casey. King Casey for Papa Eno, me, but it's Queen Casey for you, DeForest. DeForest. That's when I cut all the logs down in East Texas and then grow some more for paper, wood, building stuff. But I'm tired of building wood houses. We need brick. But we still need wood for the frame, and you know what I'm saying? Still need them pine trees. But we using the stones that the builders rejected. No, you ain't gonna live in no cave. No, you one, but you one of many atoms. It's an A, but it sounds like an O. Don't put it as O. They might blow up. It can become a bomb. That's like adding oxygen to gas. Acetylene and oxygen, they don't agree. Even though acetylene gas is atom, acetylene, and God gas, God atom shit, if it come in contact with a O, which is nothing, oxygen, but it's everything we need. But if gas get with oxygen, fire, destruction, destroyed, you will be. Atom, plug. Pull the plug, boom. You ever seen that string on them little firecrackers that you pull and it go pow, pow? Introduce gas, gunpowder, to me, oxygen, firecracker. Boom, boom, bang, a gun, fire. Shit. I don't play none of that. No fire, no guns. I ain't got none of that. Getting rid of all the stuff I don't need. Need wood for the frame, but don't need metal for guns. Find something else to make with it. Evel Knievel had a good motorcycle. Had metal in it and plastic. Heavy weight for 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds. Turn it, go real fast. Make them a little bit bigger. You know what I'm saying? Not too small, not too much bigger. But when he turn the crank, he gonna make some move, fast, jump, turn back, flip, front flip, land on the back wheel, keep riding, wheelies, till fourth gear, then it lay down and fly. Shit. Like it's got wings of an eagle. No, God, Hayabusa, that's me. The Raven. Eagle, you too, but that's a little bit of everybody. But Raven, ooh, that's Adam first. Then everybody flying behind him. The Raven go before the Eagle. Check it out. Like when wasn't nothing going on, we didn't have to get away from nobody. We used the dove. That's why we call it soap. But now we got Axe body wash and bubble bath. You put it in the water, man, I guarantee you, no dirt will be left in your water or ring around your tub. No, Axe, Adam, God Adam, the X, everything, the E, anything without the D, not in this, but miss any's, beginnings. That's what we gonna be. Miss Beginnings, chili dogs without wiener. We ain't gonna do away with the wiener. We like hot dogs, chili dogs with wieners, but we got queeners with a KW queener and a U. Keep that for us, cause we won. Shit, can't nobody change that. Now, where we going, Daddy? To my girl, Tanua. I can't really say her last name, but she'll tell you. Beautiful girl. Me, you, one, and the whole world. We one with you. We all listening. Come on, we with God. Listening to you. Go ahead, Tanua. I think she from Africa or somewhere, but listen to her. Good message. God first, then her. Created he, her. When I created he, them, male and female. One with Adam. She already knew her before she became a new creation. New creation is Knew. Kings know their children before they born. This Jazara. I'm in the womb about 5 months and a half now. But my brother, just a thought. I see him all the time, play with him, do things with him. I'm going to bring him in the world just like I want him to look for your daughter or your grandchild. My brother going to be cute like me. Daddy white, no, vanilla. He learned his lesson from being white. Don't nobody drink milk of magnesia no more. Kids never liked that. Nobody likes white mint. Bad taste. Need chocolate. Like my grandmother said, if my diabetes act up and I go into a seizure, feed me a Snicker, Troy. You, little dark chocolate and, dark vanilla. Tan, like they get, white folk get a tan. They don't get red, they get brown, like us. They die, stay too many days before they bury, closed casket. They don't want you to see. That's the white supremacy secret, that we really brown skin when we die. Shit. We better not say nothing, because we'll sound like a black man. If God lift up and talk through a white man, you'll sound like me. And then you gonna scare the shit out of everybody that they gonna run. Ain't nobody gonna come outside. They gonna put masks on, lie to everybody, talking about it's a disease, a sickness, because they seen a ghost. Scared of me. God. Shit. Come on, girl.
I'm going to share a prophetic word with you today. But before I get into the word, just remember to take this word before the Lord if you believe it's meant for you. not every word is meant for you. So it's very important that you take it before the Lord and let Him confirm it for you. And for some of you, this may already be confirmation, which is even better. I still encourage you to take it to the Lord and have a chat with Him about it. So friends, this word is based on a dream that I had on the 16th of May. It's about 2-3 days ago. And it's a word for the women. Sorry guys, it's not for everyone today. It's definitely not for everyone. This is for a specific group of women that the Lord wants to speak to today. I'm going to start off by reading from Zephaniah 3 verse 14 to 15. Sing, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O Israel. Be glad and rejoice with all your heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Lord has taken away your judgments. He has cast out your enemy. The King of Israel, the Lord, is in your midst. You shall see disaster no more. Friends, this is an exciting word. Like I mentioned, it's a word for the ladies, and it's not for every single woman. So it's very important that you take it to the Lord and ask Him to give you clarity on the matter. You know that we only prophesy in part and we only know in part. So I only have, just a little bit of the picture. The Lord will fill in the rest for you. So, for those who this word is for, the Lord says to you today, put on your celebration garments. It's time to celebrate. You've been through training. You've been through the schooling period. You've been through years of grueling, molding, and refining in the fire. You've been through the wilderness. And the Lord was preparing you for this time. And He's saying to you today, put on your garment of celebration. Put on that ball gown, because it's time for you to go and celebrate the end of your training, the end of all that you have had to acquire in order to take the next steps in your life. In this dream, I remember that I was with my two sisters and we were getting dressed. We put on these beautiful ball gowns. Mine had some gold on it and some dark blue as well. And I don't remember what my sister's colors were, but they were also wearing ball gowns. And we were getting ready to go to this end of year celebration. It was almost like a prom, but we don't call it a prom here in South Africa. We call it a matric dance. So it was something to that effect. And the reason why the Lord showed me that is to show that this is a graduation type of ball. You've been through everything. You've passed the tests. You've written the exams. You've done the assignments. You've been grilled and drilled into it. Now you've come out victorious, and it's time now for you to celebrate. It's time for you to go forth into what the Lord has called you into. The Lord says that most of you are ready.
If you gotta walk,
you are ready to
or wait till D-Banks get back. I'll tell him to go. This your son.
But there are some
shit,
of
you nigga. Shit, D-Banks, me.
No, you've been through the process.
D-Banks.
But you just
it's all on your face. You the brokest
nigga
in the
Lord
world.
is trying to
shit,
do.
mind
you are
God.
stuck in
Do what you're supposed to do. Go to that man, call him vanilla, tell him God sent you. You ain't white. Stop lying.
The Lord has been saying that
give me my card. I'm Darian Banks.
Guys, we are about to see things that we've never seen before in history. And that's what God means by I'm doing a new thing. Things are going to happen that have never been seen before. And some of you are struggling to grasp the new ideas, to grasp God's new way, to grasp the new mindset. But at the same time, there are those of you who have fully grasped it, you fully understand, and you fully are ready to run with it. In the stream, I remember one of my sisters, well, we were all ready, and I said, let's go to the ball. And one of my sisters said, but our dates are not here, we can't go without them. And I just looked at her like, I don't need a date. I can go to this ball without one. I think I even said, if I can remember correctly in the dream, I even said, things have changed. It's a new day, it's a new way, and I'm not going to wait for someone who isn't ready to go with me. And soon after that, these dates of ours arrived, but they were not ready. They just weren't ready. They were full of excuses, full of, defensiveness, and they were dressed in a dark colored clothing, wasn't even black, it was like a charcoal charcoal is quite black, isn't it? Like a grayish charcoal, but really dark gray. And they just were out of their depth. They just didn't even know what was happening. They were not ready. And because they were not ready, there was a whole debate and a whole discussion over the whole thing. And because of that, I ended up taking off my dress and putting it in like a those suit bags, so like those plastic zip up thingies, and I was like, I'm gonna wear this when I get to the ball. And that was pretty much the gist of the dream. So what the Lord showed me in that, He's saying that don't allow yourself to be delayed because you want to do things the old way, because you're holding on to the traditions and the cultural way of doing things. You don't go to a ball without a date. You have to have a date. But the Lord is saying that's an old idea. What's stopping you from going ahead? You can still move, you can still get there, and you can still do what you need to do when you get to the celebration, right? So those of you who are ready to defy conventional thinking and common practice, and you're ready to embrace a new way of life, the Lord says, don't hold back. Stick to your conviction and go forth, because the fact that I ended up coming out of my dress and sitting around waiting meant that some of you might want to succumb to, oh, well, I guess we're going to do it the way we've always done it. Or let me just calm down and give people space and time to get used to the idea. The Lord says there's no time or room for that anymore. If people aren't used to the new ideas, if people aren't used to the new way of life, that is not your problem. That is something for the Lord to deal with. Your job is to get going. You are ready to go. Just do what you need to do and get going in what you need to get going in, even though it's just in defiance to conventional ways, to cultural and traditional ways. When Jesus walked this earth, he was a very controversial character because he challenged the traditional ways of thinking. He challenged the laws of Moses. He challenged a lot of things, and people didn't understand him. And some of you are in that position where you're not understood, and it's very easy to just take a back seat or to take a step back and say, okay, fine, I'll just keep the peace. It's not a time for that right now. God is calling you to move forward. It's a time for women to rise up. It's a time for women to take their place the way that God had initially intended. He wants women to take their place, and it's going to be brand new. It's not even a feminist movement. It's not about that. It's about establishing women the way that they were meant to be established. And he's going to use a lot of women in this time to rise up. There are a lot more women that are speaking. There are a lot more women that are up here on YouTube sharing prophecy and preaching and teaching. In the churches that I've been to here in South Africa, women are not allowed to be elders, to be pastors, if I can put it that way. You are the elder's wife or the pastor's wife. Some have been allowed to stand up and maybe preach, but your title stays the same. You are the elder's wife. You are the pastor's wife. And the Lord is saying that that's not how he intended things to begin with. This is guys, I know this word is quite controversial, but the Lord is establishing women where he wants them to be to begin with. And there's going to be a lot of men supporting their women in what the Lord is calling them to do. The Lord has really put it on the heart of men that he has worked with, that he has molded, that he has refined and trained to be a support to their wives, to their sisters, to the women in their lives, because the Lord is doing something very specific with women in this time. And then the Lord wants to caution the women that are rising up in this time. He says, don't try and probe the men in your life that don't understand. Don't try and get them to understand. Don't try and reason and debate with them. That is a futile exercise. It's just going to cause distraction and delay. Rather, focus on what the Lord has asked you to do. There's nothing you can do to change another human being. Women, you know this. You can't change any man. That's God's job, just as no one could change you but him. So leave that in his hands, and you go forth to do what you are being called to do. People people will catch up eventually to the new mindset, to the new way. It's just the way it is. With change, there's always conflict. With change and transition, there's always going to be uncomfortable feelings, and people are not always going to get it, and sometimes it gets really intense and volatile, but that's just what comes with change and transition. And the Lord is saying, don't get caught up in the debates and the talks and trying to help people to understand and trying to get people on board with you. Those who are on board with you, you run with, and the rest, they'll catch up. You do what you're being called to do. As I mentioned earlier, this is not a feminist movement. This is God establishing women the way that He intended them to be established from the beginning. I didn't take the reference of the scripture. I think it's in Genesis chapter 2. Let me see if I can quickly find it. Where God basically says to Eve, I've created for you a helpmeet. I'll put the reference of the scripture there. This is too much work. Where he says to Adam, you being alone here is not good, so therefore I'm going to create the perfect helpmeet for you, right? Serious paraphrasing. I'll put the scripture on the screen so you guys can read it for yourself. So many years ago, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I looked up this term. I really wanted to understand what helpmeet meant, because it's been watered down, guys. We've understood it to be that the woman is the helper. She's there to help the man. She's there to support him, which in its own right there's nothing wrong with. But it's so much more than that. The root meanings, the root words that come from the Hebrew word for help and meet are just so much deeper, so much more profound. So the word help in the Hebrew in this sense is Eza or Iza, and then meet is kenegdo. Sorry for the pronunciations. And I just want to quickly read something for you that I found this article many years ago, and I Googled it again and I found it again. So I'm just going to read quite a bit from it. So if you guys can bear with me, just really listen to what the author of this is saying. So it says, the noun Eza or Iza, sorry guys, I'm not a Hebrew speaker, occurs 21 times in the Hebrew Bible. In 8 of these instances, the word means savior. These examples are easy to identify because they are associated with other expressions of deliverance or saving. Elsewhere in the Bible, the root Iza means strength. The word is most frequently used to describe how God is an Iza to man. Bear in mind, this is what the Lord described Eve as.
Everything Adam's
For
son
example, the word
and daughter,
Ebenezer in 1 Samuel 7 verse 12 is used to describe the power of God's deliverance. Eben means rock, and Ezer means help or salvation.
Is a friend of mine.
Ebenezer therefore means rock of help or rock of salvation.
He was a rock, all right.
The
he was
root
stubborn.
Ezer is the same word God used to describe to Adam who Eve was. She was not intended to be just his helper or his companion. Rather, she was intended to be his savior, his deliverer. And then now we're going to go into the section where they explain kenegdo. And it says, Eve was not designed to be exactly like Adam. She was designed to be his mirror opposite, possessing the other half of the qualities, responsibilities, and attributes which he lacked. Just like Adam and Eve's sexual organs were physically mirror opposites, one being internal and the other external, so were their divine stewardship, designed to be opposite but fit together perfectly to create life. Eve was Adam's complete spiritual equal, endowed with an essential saving power that was opposite from his. So we learn from this that women were created not to be ruled by men, not to be oppressed by men, not to be ordered around by men, but to be their perfect spiritual equal. They were created to be the man's savior. You know, when I first read that, and even reading it again now recently, it made me uncomfortable because that's not what we're taught. The traditional views in me, the doctrine in me, the indoctrination in me was resisting that. But at the same time, it makes so much sense. There's another word that is also used. The word is nekeva. I'm going to put it up on the screen. I had to look up how it's pronounced. So the one website said nekeva. And that's for the female. And then the male version of that is zakah. And the meaning of nekeva is someone who receives, who is open, nurtures, incubates life, and brings it forth. Zakah is someone that pierces through, and it has to do with remembering. But we're not talking about zakah today. We're talking about the women, because this word is for women, right? And the Lord was showing me how we are the carriers of life. We incubate life, not only in the physical sense, where we would conceive and carry a baby, incubate that baby until it's ready to be birthed, and then we deliver the child. Not only in that, because that's what we've been reduced down to in many ways throughout the ages. Our job is just to carry babies, give birth, look after the children. Obviously, these things have changed over the decades, but there was a time where men used to pray and thank God that you didn't make me a woman, because that's how society viewed women. That has changed a lot lately, and not everything has been positive in terms of that change. That's why the Lord is saying that He's doing a new thing. He wants to reestablish women in His way, not in the way that the feminist may come, not in the way that someone else with their ideas may come, but in His perfect way. We are carriers of life. We incubate. A man can have an idea, but we can incubate that idea and make it grow into something that can be birthed, something that can live, something that can grow, something that can be nurtured and raised up to perfection. This is how we were created. Without us, life cannot continue on. Without us, the human race cannot continue. So women, you have to understand that you are more than what society has made you out to be. And I encourage you to take this to the Lord and ask Him to let Him be the one who steers you in the right direction. Don't let the world's feminist views be the ones to steer you in the direction that they want you to go. But ask the Lord how He wants you to take your place as a woman in this time, how He's going to allow you to be everything that He created you to be. So this word is not about pitting women against men. It's not about division. Definitely not about division. It's about the Lord establishing women the way that He wants them to be, the role that He wants them to play. Without the man's role, there is no life. Without the woman's role, there is no life. We need each other. But women have been so oppressed that the Lord has had to take His time with some of us. He's had to mold us. He's had to really take us through an intense wilderness experience for us to understand who we are, to understand our worth, to understand the power that we carry, to understand the authority that we have, to understand what position we need to take, where we are going, how we work together with men. So the Lord is putting us in a position where a lot of women are going to be pioneers, leaders, going forth, speaking forth like never before, in a way that is not appealing to the world, but that is appealing to the spirit that lies within each and every single person. The Lord is doing a new thing. I don't even know what it's going to look like, but I know it's going to be like nothing we've ever seen before. The Lord also showed me in this dream, because there was an older lady in the dream who was there, and she looked very sassy, very edgy, and just sat there with her drink and very feminine and just not your typical what can I say, submissive woman. She had some sass, she had some fire, but she was much older. And she just winked at me in this dream. She just approved. And the Lord said to me that the reason why He placed that there in the dream is to show that there are women who are much older now, who have understood this thing very clearly. and have tried in their own way to try and bring it about, to try and get people to understand this, but they were just not doing it in the right time. They made their mark and they did what they could do in the circle of influence that they had, but it wasn't a huge impact. And their hearts were in the right place. They were operating in what the Lord was calling them to do. But the Lord is saying He's going to have so many more women like that now, and the impact is going to be bigger. It's really going to be so much more, and it's going to be felt worldwide. And this woman winking at me was God's way of saying, now's the time, and I see you, and I support you. And what they did was not in vain. They planted a seed, and now they are going to see that seed come to fruition. And I thought that was just such a beautiful thing that the Lord threw into the dream, my friends. So now I just want to read something to you. It's from scripture. It's from Song of Songs 6 verse 8 to 10. And it says, and this is a blessing that I want to place over you, who this word is for the women that are rising up now. The Lord is saying, rise up and take your place. Don't be held back by culture, by tradition. Let Him lead you and guide you. Don't just go off on your own tangent, but let Him be your leader and your guider and your guidance. Stay close to Him. Listen out to what He's saying to you, and don't be held back by arguments, by debates, by controversies. Just do what the Lord is calling you to do. And this is the blessing that I just want to speak over you. 60 queens there may be, and 80 concubines, and virgins beyond number. But my dove, says the Lord, my perfect one is unique, the only daughter of her mother, the favorite of the one who bore her. The young women saw her and called her blessed. The queens and concubines praised her. Who is this that appears like the dawn, fair as the moon, bright as the sun, majestic as the stars in procession? Who is this? The world is going to ask about you. Who is this that appears so bright, so beautiful, with so much grace and so much love and so much life, so much power, so much joy, so much peace and so much faith? They will marvel at you as you rise and take your place as the Lord is calling you to do. Friends, that's the word that I have for you today. I really pray that it's blessed the ones who this is for. I'm so sorry about the pipes, guys. They do that sometimes. And I encourage you to take this to the Lord in prayer and let Him speak to you about it, and let Him guide you and to lead you to what He's calling you to in this time. Put on that garment and don't take it off. Don't take a back seat. Don't wait for anything. If the Lord is saying now's the time for you to go and celebrate your graduation ball, you go and do that now, because you have graduated. You have come a long way. He has molded you. You've had experiences in this world that have brought you to this point. The Lord has used painful experiences. He's allowed those things to happen, but you've come out stronger and more powerful. Now's your time. Rise up, daughter. Rise up, says the Lord. Friends, that's all I have. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a blessing to me. I'm always so grateful for your love and support. And remember that you serve a wonderful, loving Father, and you are so deeply special to Him.
Yeah, follow me. You know what I'm saying? We all going to the same place. We here, matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? My girl live, I need to check her out. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual transformation for you and me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I agree. Everybody need to go to college to learn about, you know what I'm saying? But first, before you create a church, build a church, you know what I'm saying, prematurely, and curse it with all the things that were said there, murmuring, complaining, worshiping God, but hating each other. Everybody there, you hug, shake hands, say bless you, but that same person you said bless you, you forgot what they looked like when you saw them on the street. You either helped them, killed them, stole from them, blessed them. You could do that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't care about nothing but what go on in a church. You know what I'm saying? And man, I done seen women. You know, they ain't got no problem with it, but it's embarrassing to talk about. Because I seen it. Women masturbating in a church. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no problem with that. If you know the God that, you know what I'm saying, in your mind, that's your God, the perfect husband, good looking, you know what I'm saying? But we was in an imperfect world where imperfect people are, you know what I'm saying? People pay to have a choice, you know what I'm saying? And then knows that money can't buy what they are. They hate God, but they'll pray for God's money, his finances. But when God let them get old and take away some looks, hips, thighs, put this where it used to be there, and it just all of a sudden bundled up all up in here and all that back there, you know what I'm saying, might not look good. You know what I'm saying? You might be too skinny. You know what I'm saying? But what I got can cure it. This the doctor. You know what I'm saying? If I can do liposuction and take away fat, I can give you something, make you look good too. Ask them women that uses. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them satisfied, a lot of them young. Sometimes all it take is a monthly shot, you know what I'm saying, from God, the doctor, that prescribe you with steroids or growth hormone. Ain't nothing that God made wrong. Now, coronavirus protection, that ain't something that you can do. You can't protect man from death. If God calling him to be an angel, trying to change their life, trying to change your life, he might take your daughter and let you and your wife figure out what happened to her. The last argument we had, what the argument was about, mama. I couldn't talk to daddy. I was around him, but if I'd have told him I wanted to kill myself, he said, no, don't do it like I do my kid. I understand. Then we go to jail. While we in jail, I can't get nothing from my daddy, no advice, no, hug, no nothing. He in jail. Little things, but he not around, you know what I'm saying? And then sometime he get a job, I still can't see him. And I got other issues. It's a girl Thinking about my daddy. Love him. Love mama. Love all my friends, boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Still love you. But you didn't love me. After I found out you didn't love me. Mom and daddy fuss at me. When God say I could do this, they say he ain't God, don't do this. He lying. That's supposed to be grandmother. Shit. How can grandmother married to God, and I know he God because I know his voice. How can grandmother lie, cheat, steal, make her husband less than a man? Let me answer that, this God. I allowed that. T. I am my daughter. Uh, when you get situations where women hate husbands, they didn't want them in the first place. It wasn't meant for them. Oh, yeah, it was meant for y'all to meet. In the 18 years you spent together, 7 years you spent together, or 7 years you spent together with the other one, was learning. God's learning, not church learning, not to be a Christian, not to be Christ. But when Jesus left, when I left, I said, keep them through your own name, God. I was talking to the baby, that Mary Magdalene, magnesium, Magdalene. Syrup, y'all. Easy drink. Not to put you sleep, make you think. You know what I'm saying? Where everything cool, you chilling, playing the game, or doing it for real. Jump shot, 3-pointer. Oh, let me hit baseline, dunk. Shoot, let me hit this from inside the paint. Little short shot. You know what I'm saying? You got to get that jig. Then you got to do like you did, running from the sink all the way to the sliding door window to the goal, and then slam as a 1-year-old, showing us you do it hard like you see on TV, on the game, the real player. Do this, do that. You do the same thing. 1 year old. You ain't do no tricks, but you got points for power dunking. Thinking of creative ways, pulling the goal down, breaking the rim, pushing it back up, coming back, do your hustle, bounce your ball, take off, glide. You think it's from the free throw. You paid for that. You cheated. You went all the way to the goal. Slapped that nigga, jumped over him, leg spread like an upside down Yahweh. That why. That's where Moose dunked on that nigga. And that nigga told me, boy, his friends was joking about it out. L.A. LeBradford Smith was with Louisville, and they played Austin Peay. Think about that name, Adam. Way in Tennessee. Austin Peay. Austin Peay. A Texas name with Adam and Eve and everything in it. Austin Peay. A college. Austin is in Texas. Peas are too. You know what I'm saying? But Austin Peay. Texas college. Yeah. In Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? We keep the A hidden all over the world. Japan, Japanese, Denmark, Lions Den, Mark Davis. Who was that? Could have been Mark Davis. Then that'd have been devious. Then you wouldn't want to trust him. But Mark, you can trust. This John. I know you can trust Mark. Mark listened to me, did what I say do, but Mark wasn't gonna fire you. Shit, Mark say fuck John. And Mark didn't mess with Adam. He stayed in different smoke pens all the time. He end up here, smoke a cigarette there, stay 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. When he feel like somebody missing him, he show up in the lunchroom, let everybody see him. He all right. He'll put his music in his ears or himself. His music was the word of God. Let me show y'all. I want to cry now because going back, thinking about the words I was saying, let me know I'm real, real. Don't nobody know how real, Daddy. Don't nobody know how real you is. Go to here, Daddy. Go to here. What is this? I don't know, but it might not play long. Let me see. It's from Facebook, probably 2016, 17, or 18. Don't know which one. Let me see what this is. 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Let me get a long 4 minutes. Show me something long. 5 minutes, short one, good, Daddy, because I want to say something. This your girl, Monique Suave. All right, Monique, I'm coming. Let me find something. There go a 9 minute and 32 seconds. 9 a good number, and 32 the year I died when I was 32. 98. Come on. Talk to me, Daddy. Let me see what you said in 98 when I was 10 years old, born in 88. Adam Jackson, Jr., son of God. Junior Boom and Junior Jackson, Junior Williams, Junior Brown, Junior Casey. Got your sister. But you still Christ, Casey. Them sons, Christ, and they gods too. You know what I'm saying? So keep the C for Casey at the end of Jackson. Cover us from all diseases, sickness, poverty, never need again, live forever, always breathe. We have. You know what you want to be, what you want to have, and you did that, Casey. You got 4 eyes now. And 4 eyes is what? 8 eyes, Casey. And 8 eyes is what? 8 E's. And everything in each E. And everything on everything. That's why Yahweh is Yahweh. I let y'all have it Yahweh. Come on, let me hear what I said, Daddy. Back then. If it's
hello, world.
Yeah.
This God, and I'm back again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To try to convince y'all. That's what the word actually, they translated convict, to convince. You know what I'm saying? In the easy to read Bible. Convince sounds better than convict. You know what I'm saying? But I came to convict everybody who had harsh speeches against me, everybody who talked noise about me and all that, I come to convict you, Telly, world. You know what I'm saying? I'm not God. You still not God. Who am I then in this body of Adam, talking through him, if I'm not God? Am I Satan? That's my son. You can say yes, because I made him just like me. I created myself when I made him. I created evil and good. I just made one of him. And he had angels too. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't going to make nobody no better than him because he listened to me. This God. Satan listened to me, Kelly. Adam LaTroy Jackson, your boy. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be with Bun B, Rick Ross, of this universe. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all share it. You know what I'm